What it is, what it do, and how the fuck are all of you? With yours truly, Petrov, fucking back with another one. You already know the deal. Keep it 100% real. Shoot, man, this shit just been popping. Like I've been saying, man, the last few weeks. Definitely, if you're trying to get in to doing podcasts, at least on like a political shit or like society and culture type shit, oh, it's popping. Shit, even in the music scene, you can get in out there right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're gonna get out there. There's a lot of people that do this shit, but maybe you got the voice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. I know I ain't afraid to tell people when I got the podcast on. I ain't afraid to tell them what I'm about. Because I know a lot of people on each side right now are saying, you know, you got to get up and you got to talk, you got to speak, you got to stand up. That's what they say, man. And that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to stand up. But I really think there's a lot of people that ain't going to. Because I think they think at what point, especially when shit moves so fast, you can't even really like stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that people can play in one day and shit changes overnight. Like, you can't, if you want to argue, no, they ain't gonna listen. And even if you disagree, they ain't gonna listen. So I think this is how conservatives and moderates and independents actually get their opinion out, because the left shouts so loud you can't even be heard. And when in my personal opinion is, there is no more Democrat Party. That's a progressive party. If you a real Democrat, you a moderate now. The progressives done ate that shit up. AOC, Ilhan Omar, Tlaib, fucking, then he got Nancy Pelosi and Schumer and every other Democrat cuck fucking bending the knee and shit. Yeah. That's the progressive party now, homie. Democratic progressives. That's what you should call that shit. I mean, the donkey makes sense. Bunch of jackasses. I can do this shit all day. Pop shots. You know, I don't even really know what this episode really is. I just seen a thing on Twitter, man. I was dying. Tim Pool did a video on it. I didn't even listen to the video. I just seen the tweet, and I was like, no, I gotta say something, because it made me laugh. Probably fucked up that I laughed, but I laughed, and I laughed hard. So this lady, this young girl, just graduated high school, about to go into college, Laney College. And her name is I don't know how I don't have it. I could have swore I saved it. But essentially, like, this is what the email says. Your name in English sounds like fuckboy. If I lived in Vietnam and my name in your language sounded like eat a dick, I would change it to avoid embarrassment, both on my part and on the part of the people who had to say it. I understand you are offended, but you need to understand your name is an offensive sound in my language. I repeat my request. Matt H. Student's name is Matthew Hubbard. The girl's name is Fook. How it would be pronounced is FOOKBUOY, and then DIEM, and then it's like, I've never been able to pronounce the other part of the name. I've never been able to, and I'm not going to butcher it. Now, she do have a point. When you left high school, I don't know if the teachers called you something else, this, that, the thing, but I mean, it does, the way it's spelled, it is PHUCK. So in a sense, I've seen a lot of people spell fuck like that. Now, the way it's pronounced is not that way, so I can understand that you would want it pronounced that way. I definitely think in college, the professors would, they might go out of their way a little bit more to actually, like, actually say it and try their best to not exclude you. But I understand, like, in high school, the teachers might not. They might want you to angelicize your name. That just means make it sound English or whatever. I don't know how they really said it. The sister said, I'm so disgusted and disappointed, honestly. Like, I really liked Laney College, but this teacher had the ignorance and audacity to tell my sister to angelicize her name is disgusting. Angelicize means to make English in form or character. As a professor, he should be trying to learn her name and culture and not try to whitewash her. Now, that whitewash shit, man, that shit is, I think, really, a lot of people are really getting fed up with that shit, because it don't matter if you're not racist or not. They pointed at you out to be racist. Now, what he said was fucked up, even if it is offensive. He said it, but I don't think he's racist for saying it. If he thinks that he's saying your name fuckboy in English, if that's how he's going to pronounce it because he doesn't want to take the time to learn it, I understand why you put out the complaint. But I also think the colleges bend knees because I think they're afraid of fucking losing any kind of funding. And a lot of the professors push a left-wing agenda. So it doesn't really surprise me that Laney College did bend the knee. You could have just been fucking canned the teacher instead of putting out a whole statement. But you put out a statement pandering. That's how I see it. I think the college took away from the actual incident and made it about them. That's how I look at that. And I'm sure people laughed all throughout her college years at her name. But that's the same thing when people got the name Richard and they call him Dick. Like, I mean, I had a friend named BJ, they just call him Blowjob. You can get your ass beat for calling him Blowjob, but they'd call him that shit. So that's not, I'm not saying it's right, but I just know that when if your name is spelled funny, if it's pronounced funny or whatever it is, people gonna make fun of that shit. Not much you really gonna do about it. That's my opinion. Like I said, I thought it was funny, I laughed at it. I'm not saying that the professor should have did that shit. I don't think it's your job, man. But I just thought that shit was kind of funny. Take it how you will, man. Take it how you will. Because I ain't gonna feel pressed about that shit. That's on God. I do an odd little thing. So the other day, like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, right? You dink around on Facebook, you come across all kinds of little pictures and like memes and shit and da da da. Well, after George Floyd died, there was a lot of people sharing like conspiracy theories because Derek Chauvin and Floyd worked at the same club. So I'm not saying this is conspiracy, but this shit kind of. I mean, if it was a conspiracy, this is a good one. Floyd and Chauvin worked at El Nuevo Rodeo Club together. The club was used for trafficking of women and children brought in from Mexico. It was also laundering counterfeit money. Floyd had been stealing the bills and flashing the money around. Chauvin was directed to perform a hit on Floyd. During these protests, the club was burnt down to the ground. The police station where the evidence was stored was also burned, and the mayor of Minneapolis was involved, ordered the police to stand down and not defend the station. The mayor did order the police to stand down, and they did not defend the station. I'm assuming the evidence room was hit, and the rest of it, I don't know, but I just thought, like, out of all the things like that shit, I was like, damn, that could be true. Not that I think that's true, but if it's a conspiracy, it's probably one of the better conspiracies that somebody came up with. And then, talking about pandering, man. Fucking joke. I will openly say, I think anybody and everybody can sympathize with somebody that's experienced racism. I believe we can all sympathize with that, because that's true and utter hate that is not necessary. It's visceral bullshit from someone that hates themselves truly from within. That's what I think a racist is. It's a person that hates themselves so much inside, they don't know how to love themselves. So they gonna hate every other person that's one color. That's what I think is right. That's what I think racism is. I've seen a lot of people that say some offhanded shit and they act like it's fine. And those are the people that I'm talking about. Those are the ones that, they're not the KKK members, they're not the Nazis, they're not the ones that are openly racist. Those are the ones that say the shit behind your back when you can't hear them. And the one time they do say some shit, oh, they might get their ass beat, but they're going to make themselves sound like, oh, I didn't mean it, they shouldn't have hit me. That's why I also think all the people that believe in this white guilt and white privilege, I believe they are running and hiding from some racist shit that they did. They are afraid of their past coming out to bite them in their ass, because in their past they did some heinous, racist shit. Otherwise, I don't know why you would be apologizing or feeling guilty for being white, or assume that you have privilege. And I got in that. I'm gonna digress, but one of the reasons I brought up pandering is Dave Bautista, man. Stick in your fucking lane as Dax. You came back as a crappy ass wrestler, And now you are pandering to the 10th fucking degree, getting your hands tatted, I can't breathe, and we the people? Are you trying to play both sides? Because there's a whole lot of people right now that would be on the far right talking about we the people, and a whole lot of people on the far left talking about I can't breathe. There's a lot of people in the middle too, but are you fucking nuts? Are you pandering at its fucking finest, man? I hope you continue to do well as Dax. But please quit getting shitty tattoos. Especially if you're going to fucking pander and take a picture like you're praying. That's a joke, dude. You're not standing with the black community. You're not standing with the people that have been killed by police by doing this shit. You're not. Yes, I would say Batista has obviously done some racist shit. Otherwise, why would you go that far to pander? To virtue signal. You might not like that opinion, but that's what I think, man. That's just a couple little things. I mean, and then that's just a couple little things that we're just gonna go with. That's just a few little things, and we're gonna leave that one there. We're gonna digress. I think I like that word, digress. Walmart put out a tweet on the 8th that said, we won't be rebuilding Walmarts in cities without police. I don't know how much of that is true. I mean, it says a check mark next to it. I know truckers said that they wouldn't be coming in if the cities that were defunded by police. And a lot of those cities need the truckers. Need that truck line to come in. So I guess we'll really see, huh? And one of the funniest things I think I've seen, man. So, the right done exposed and excluded John Bolton. The left done sucked up his ass because he has a book that may or may not have some classified information in it. And Trump and them do not want him publishing that book. Because he tried to go around the channels to actually go of a declassification. That's probably a pain in the ass. But the fact that you tried to go around it, probably not the best move. But yeah, you go ahead and sell your shitty little book. With the same shitty little spiel that everybody else, I got a book, I got the bombshell on Trump, I got the bombshell, I'm going to bring him down. How many of you motherfuckers have said that? And Bolton. We all know. We all know John Bolton is a warmonger. We all know John Bolton wants war. We all know John Bolton wants a police state. We all know John Bolton wants martial law. So the fact that the leftists are backing him is completely hilarious to me, and it just lets me know they don't know who the fuck they're backing. They just back anybody that goes against Trump. It's just, like I said, it's just nuts, man. And then, like Sticks Hexenhammer said, let fucking Bolton won't even testify under oath to go against what he's saying about Trump. He won't even go under oath because he knows that shit's a lie. And then SCOTUS, man, Supreme Court, they've been coming out with some rulings. They denied looking at, I think it was like 10 or 12 gun cases this term altogether. That's fucked up, because I really do think that's against the Second Amendment, man. And as long as we have John Roberts in there, whatever his name is, the one that Bush put in there, and he's the Chief Justice, he gonna keep overthrowing shit just to do it. I think they called him a neocon or some shit. I have to look him and actually see what that actually means. I've looked it up a few times, but I can't remember what it means. But he definitely, I think, is trying to play a more liberal side and try to act like he's conservative. So he's trying to play both sides, I think. That's how I see it. But they ruled, the first one, they ruled it on Monday, and that was for the LGBT community on gender identity and sex discrimination or sexual orientation in the workplace. So you can't be fired now for being gay or trans, and you shouldn't have be fired for that to begin with. I just don't think that was fair. And I'm not, and all people, I'm not. You do your own thing in your community. Don't let it affect mine. Don't try to push that shit on me or mine, and we're okay. But I don't think it should affect you at your job. Now, Trump reversed that exact thing for healthcare. So I don't know how that'll work out, but he reversed that. So it was like a win-lose for or a lose-win for the LGBT community. And then SCOTUS did the fucking, the gun right thing, and that just pissed off a bunch of gun advocates. Just pissed off a bunch, and it really pisses off a lot because the gun sales been going up, and that's just ain't right-leaning people buying them. That's left-leaning, that's independents, that's moderates. Everybody done got strapped up after fucking the corona hit and fucking all these riots and shit. Everybody done went and got strapped up. Shit, even the Chaz is handing out scraps.